Hey everyone, welcome to another Density Insights, where we explore a wide range of topics in real estate. Today, we want to explore more on one of the property technology, also known as PropTech, when it comes to managing relationships for property agencies and developers. Our guest today is Justin, the CEO at Property Raptor, to tell us more about the digitization of real estate and why real estate professionals need Property Raptors. Hope you enjoy the show. Thank you.
So Justin, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Darren. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, so it's really exciting because I heard a lot about you guys, and what you guys are doing is amazing, having and kind of empowering the PropTech scene in Hong Kong, and then the product, it sounds really, really cool. So obviously it's really good to have this opportunity with you. So before started, right, would you mind telling the audience a little bit about yourself and then Property Raptor?
Sure. Look, I started with Property Raptor, about 2.5 years ago. In my previous history, I was actually within the finance and banking space. So I was a banker for, more than a decade within the capital markets, talking to clients about selling shares and advising them on what to buy and sell. And then subsequently moved into the private equity space, and then, did a lot of work in the technology area of private equity. It was actually 2.5 years ago where, the idea for Property Raptor came about. We were doing a lot of investing in that area, and we'd heard from a lot of different agencies and different market participants that the real estate software space is really underserved, particularly in Asia. And so, in particular, one of my good friends runs an agency in Greater China, and he said, the ultimate reason why he couldn't expand further was that the software didn't serve their needs in order to manage a bigger business. So that's how the idea of Property Raptor came about.
I see. That's really fascinating because a lot of people always thinking about, okay, how do you have a better process for real estate agent to approach? So obviously from here is that would you elaborate more about the origin of Property Raptors and also a CRM system and why it's so important to have a real estate focused CRM system?
Sure. Look, everybody knows Hong Kong is a major global city, and the main sectors that drive it is finance and property and retail and so on. But what really lags behind in this city, and in particular the property space, not just in Hong Kong but everywhere in the property space, is digital transformation. Right? The digitalization of the sector has been very, very slow. Right? In fact, it's probably the second least digital sector in the world after agriculture, which is unbelievable given how big the sector is globally and everywhere. So, as we discovered that more and more agencies were telling us, we don't have the software that serves our needs, and we have multiple systems and they don't connect properly. We decided that, building a system and software that can cater at the enterprise level for agencies and agents and developers would be a really great idea for Asia in particular. We've seen a massive increase in PropTech investment globally. So in 2012, investment in PropTech was only $200 million, so hardly anything. Right? This is 2012, right? When the world was digitizing at a rapid rate. They spent $200 million on PropTech. Until last year, it was about $8 billion. So that shows you the growth of what's in the market today. The problem being that 95% of all of that investment is not in Asia, right? It's in the US and in North America. So, the opportunities to digitize Asia was huge for us. So we knew that with all of the developments of PropTech from the developed countries and Western economies, they hadn't really thought about the intricacies and uniqueness of Asia when they developed the product, which is why when we talk to our agents and clients, agencies and clients, they tell us that there are software out there in the market. It just doesn't really fit our needs. It just doesn't really work. So we decided what we going to do is 2.5 years ago, go out to the market, build a product best in class. We find the best things that are out there, build a best in class, and uniquely position that for Asia. Because we know that this is a really, really highly complex market, right? The kind of assets that we build are different, right? We build lots of towers, communities of towers, big major areas, and there's a huge amount of transactions and a lot of data everywhere. So we knew that we had to cater for that. And once we'd done that, I think, to translate that and cross-sell that around the world globally, would be the easiest task.
Can you explain the current state of how real estate professionals engage with their clients and how your startup can improve the whole process?
Yeah. So actually the way that they engage with clients is actually, very, very traditional. Yes, they pick up the phone, they send some emails, they send some SMS, and it's all within their own, Gmail accounts and phones and so on. And even in some instances, developers and agencies are working on Excel spreadsheets or sharing documents. Advanced version of this, we sharing documents in Google Docs. And in some cases, developers are faxing inventory to the agencies using fax. I didn't even know faxes still exist in today's world, but that's exactly what's happening. Agents are typically handling multiple projects at the same time, right? So if you're thinking about new developers or new developments, agents are handling multiple developments at the same time with thousands of units, particularly in Asia. For them to kind of understand, their client lists, who needs what and who wants what, and with thousands of units available at any one time for them, it's almost impossible for them to handle those kind of lists. The statistics is that an agent will probably spend 3 or 4 hours a day just trying to match up clients with inventory, which is incredible, right? These are things that they do every single day, and what they really need is a system to help them automate away their processes. Right, the process of automation of any repetitive task is key to what they need, so they can spend more time with their clients and selling real estate, and nothing really helps them to do that. So what we did at Property Raptor was to develop this system, and it was developed by IMS. It's one of the largest digital agencies in Asia with the most software developers as an independent firm, is to build a system that really helps the agencies match up the right clients with the right assets. But also the other way around, right? Match up the right assets with the right clients. So you would think they're one and the same, but they're not, right? So as new inventory comes in, an agent wouldn't then go and try to find clients that fit them. What we've tried to do is to use kind of advanced AI and data querying and use machine learning within our Property Raptor system to help match clients with assets, and then with assets with the clients. This is not purely, the screening functions that you see in all the other portals. Yes, Darren can be always finding a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom with a balcony in a specific area of town. But what we do is we use fuzzy logic AI in order to find the most appropriate assets for those clients. What you find actually is that around 50% of clients, what they end up buying doesn't fit the spec of what they told the agents in the first place, right? So if what they're buying isn't what they told the client, the agents in the first place, how are the agents supposed to find the right kind of assets for them? So with our system, agencies will be able to use the digital assets like the websites, the portals, and apps in order to track the behavior of those clients, and then using that to match up the correct assets and apartments for the buyers.
It's very interesting because when you talked about the whole journey, I can really envision myself, and before I had to talk to different people about property tech is take a hard time for them to understand. And a lot of agents that I know and brokers have the same problems, that it's a lot of things to do, a lot of really manage, a lot of things going on. And it's really hard to understand CRM systems sometimes because at the moment, a lot of CRM systems are very complicated for them, and a lot of things to juggle. So, it's interesting when you think about that. So what's the challenge when introducing to real estate companies and professionals when it comes to talking about Property Raptors and the product that you guys are selling?
Yeah, I think the challenges are different in different locations. So in Asia, for example, I think this is where we're based here, and this is our backyard. We decided to do this because we saw a massive gap in Asia. So in Asia, the issue is that they're not really even using software. What do we do in Asia, in Hong Kong and in Singapore or Vietnam and Indonesia is agencies tend to throw headcount at the problem, right? They have more more developments to sell. They just hire more people because they're cheap. Hire more people and stand outside IFC or some big building or landmark and hand out flyers and hope they can catch some clients in that way. So one of our key challenges is essentially to educate the clients and to demonstrate how our product can address most of their problems and their pain points. So at the moment we're within a round of fundraising so that we can expand our sales and onboarding teams so to further support our clients' demand and truly show the capabilities of our platform and really empower them to generate more sales quickly. Right, so our motto is really to help them close deals faster. And as you've seen, I think, in this kind of coronavirus environment, in this pandemic, all industries are digitizing very, very quickly, right? Because, they're seeing their revenues crunch, their businesses are being squeezed, and they're trying to find ways in order to either maintain market share or just to not lose so much money. And what we try to do as Property Raptor is to increase efficiency and effectiveness of the sales team that are running real estate agencies. So that's one of the challenges, is really just to educate and demonstrate our product in Asia. I think most agencies now, if they're of a reasonable size, understand that they need more technology. I think it's an inescapable fact. Now, in other regions, I think our path to generating adoption may be a little easier, because I don't need to educate. Right? In Europe and in the US, they're already paying for CRM systems and software systems. They're paying for a CRM system, a lead generation system, marketing automation, inventory management. They're paying for all of these things already. So in those instances, our challenge really is to demonstrate the product, to demonstrate how much more productive they can be, how having a fully integrated all-in-one system really meets their needs, as opposed to them trying to hack together a solution and trying to kind of overlay linking up multiple systems where they have the same data sets in multiple different systems, and it just really doesn't work for them, because how do they keep data sanitized? Right? They can't even do that. So it's different challenges we have in different places, but I think what's really clearly showing is that the opportunity is big, no matter where the clients are.
I see. That was really good, because even I feel the same way, is that I think Asia, for example, a lot of opportunity, because a lot of people do want to innovate in their process. And I think what you're offering right now, it sounds really, really cool. And I think it's going to be a very good runway. So I'm curious too, right? As a founder, right? Obviously you envision about what Property Raptor would become. What do you think 3 years or even more than that, how would Property Raptor serve and benefit the clients, in how do you envision to develop into?
Yeah. So at the moment, we are, Property Raptor is essentially is SaaS, right? Software as a service. And we're seeing that a lot of agencies are signing up, dozens of agents at a time, and we're getting good traction in just solving an immediate problem for each of those agents. Right, so they get adoption, and over time, as we grow the sales team, I'm sure that we'll grow quickly into different countries and different regions. We'll be able to localize languages and compliance rules and so on. We're already doing that. One of the most interesting parts of Raptor is the ability for all Raptor instances and all Raptor users to be linked to each other. Okay, so and that's kind of through our blockchain technology. And so, in our case, if you have an agency in the UK with inventory that they want to sell, but they have nobody to sell it to, it would be very easy for them to connect with, agencies in Hong Kong, right, or China, where there are clients, and the AI can figure out, you have these assets in the UK from a different agency, and we have these clients in this region of the world, and they can match together. Right? Or you can have developers who would have the developer module of Property Raptor, and they could release their inventory through the blockchain to agencies from around the world. Instead of what do they do now? Instead of flying around to Hong Kong and China and Australia and New York and setting up showrooms and events and hotels and paying hundreds of thousands of dollars just to throw an event. So in this way, the blockchain technology allows different instances of Raptor to connect to each other, which we hope eventually anyway will become the largest blockchain property listing portal anywhere in the world. And I think that's the real value of what we have, is not just as a CRM SaaS platform. This is not just a CRM. I mean, we are a CRM on steroids here, right? Which is a CRM plus lead generation, lead nurturing, marketing automation, inventory management system, all in one. Okay, so that in itself is compelling for clients. But the ability to link up all of those instances together and allow the clients that wish to be connected with other Raptor agencies and developers to connect with each other is generating huge value. And I think we will create a massive community network of agencies and developers, but really all because they wanted to solve an immediate CRM, lead generation, marketing automation problem.
I see. No, I think I can. I sound really exciting because I think really the whole a lot of companies start, want to have the innovations. I think obviously you're one of the players in Hong Kong or in Asia that want to actively do that. So for people who are interested to know more about Property Raptors and about your work, how would you suggest people to find out more about it and reach out to you?
Well, obviously we have a website that everybody can go on to, propertyraptor.com. There's a lot of information on that. You can book yourself a tour of the system, and it will happily run through demos. We do literally dozens of demos a week to all kinds of different clients around the world. We're catering for all kinds of agencies. And when we first came into this, we probably didn't even realize the different agency verticals that exist in the market. Right? They're master agents, international sales agents, domestic sales agents, domestic agencies that sell domestic developments to projects to domestic buyers, overseas to local buyers. It's all kinds of different agencies, and large and small. And so we are attracting a lot of different agencies, even just through our website, to book tours and sign up to Raptor.
I see. Well, thanks a lot for your time. I think that a lot of people will be benefiting from this, and then hopefully come on board another show next time.
No problem at all. Thank you, Darren.
Thank you. Have a good day. Thanks. Thanks for watching. What do you think of this episode? Please let us know in the comment below, and be sure to hit the subscribe button to keep in touch with us for upcoming videos. But before we go, I want to give a big shout out to Patina Design Lab. They're the one who help us in making our brand, our direction, as well as these videos. They are a strategic design consultancy firm to help businesses with a wide range of design services, from industrial design, branding, graphic design, art direction, content creation, and many more. They are a very talented bunch, and I urge you to check out their website for their work. That's all for today, and see you next time. Cheers.